Sorry. Now the next topic is seed germination. The seed germination, it is completely after the fertilization. After fertilization, the ovule develop into seed. After fertilization, ovule develop into seed. After fertilization, the ovule develop into seed. That is the seed germinations. Then the seed germination, actually different type of the seed germination. They have the different type of the germinations. Seed germinations. But first of all, we have to identify what is the seed. And whenever then the fertilization, after fertilization, the ovule develop into seeds. That is after then it is completely, and the seed it is the sexual reproduction part. Seed is a sexual reproduction, because how the seed develop or how the seed formation, that is the thing. Then the seed formation, in before we have to the flowers. Then the flowers is after fertilization, they going on the fruit. Then after fruit ripening, seeds formation. So the flowers is the reproductive organs. So the seed is also reproductive type of organ, that is the sexual reproductive organ. Then the seed producing completely plants. Seeds producing plants. Okay, seeds producing plants. These type of the plants, sporophytic type of the plants. Spermatophytes. The plants which the seeds is after fertilization, ovule development into seed. Then the seed going, that is the seed producing the plants. That type of plants is called spermatophytes. Spermatophytes. Then this is one is the completely, the seeds are complete enclosed with the fruits. Seeds are enclosed with the fruits. Seeds enclosed with the fruits. Then these are the different type of the differentiation. Angiosperm seeds, these are consist of the different type of the protecting seed coats. Mostly the seeds has consist seed coat. That seed coat is two different types. That is the different type of the testa and egg. These are the different type of the seed coat. That is the testa is the inner layer one. Then tegmo is the outer layer. Outer layer. So these are completely then the testa, the tegmo and seed. These are the embryo present in the seeds. Seeds lo in the outside or inside of the seeds, that is the internal factors, and seed germination, that is the different types. So here we can observe the different type of the seeds, that is the germination differentiation, that is the hypogeal or epithelial type of the germination. In before, the seed, that is the different type of the, that is structure in hot or hot shaped or different type of the cartilage. The seeds are different type of the structures. Then here different type of in the that is the seed taken the formation, that is the kidney type of the structures, that is the beans like seeds. So here different type of the seeds, different types in the structures also. So it has the different type, that means the testa, that is the outermost, innermost layer and outermost layer. So then in presence of the inner sides of the layer, it is the, then the seed completely they have, whenever they have the moisture after the activity period, after the dormancy period, the seed is very active. Then when the seed is active, that is the germination. That seed germination means that seeds is going on activity. They can produce or they can participate very actively. They can movement. When that is the complete, then they have to the different type of the conditions, atmosphere or internal or as well as external type of the conditions. In before that the seed germination, first of all they have to the complete type of the dormancy. Then whenever they completion of the dormancy period, the seed going on the germination. Then the most of the seed germination, they have to the soil and moisture, water, light. These are the important things of the seed germinations. So in this type of the seed germination, that is completely, that means we have to the some type of the seeds, so we can going on, we can take into the small beaker, pour off the some water, and then we can put some type of seeds. They can bulge, they can spell the seeds. Then after they can rupture the embryo, they can rupture the seed coat. Then small radicle is outside. Okay. That is the germination. Then whenever the radicle is that is the small radicle. The radicle is coming to the outside. Then going on different type of food, then again the germination, that is the different type of the rupture. That is, we have only, we can give some type of the condition, that is the water, more of the water. Then the seed coat is ruptured, the radicals. Then going on, then this is the different type of the stages of the seed germination. That is the, then going on different stages, that is when the radicle is then again this one is it is in this type of the small root like structure. Then again it is in the going outside, that is the hypal outside of the germination. Epithelial and hypogeal. Epithelial germination, that is the going on outside, and hypogeal, that is in the, that is the root development, that is the hypogeal. Then epithelial, that means here then the first cotyledon is, then this one is the cotyledonary leaf. The first leaf is the cotyledonary leaf. Then again going on the leaves is the primary leaf. Then the roots is elongated. Then going on, these are the primary leaves. This is the cotyledonary leaf. This is the development of the root. Then again the secondary leaves also produced. Then the root is root structure. Then it is the primary leaf, cotyledonary leaves, and secondary leaves also produced. Then that is the after the plant is developed. Complete root, and then this one is the complete plant structure, different branch. Different type of this one is the root, and these are the different type of the germination stages. So here first of all the seed, that is the different type of the germination. The seed different type of the germination. Then the after germination, that is the radicle is going on the development of the root. Then after that root completely elongation. Then at the same time, then the apical type of the seeds, it is also then going on the cotyledonary type of the root leaves also disperse. Then the leaves completely going on development of the seed. They can going the different type of, then the after cotyledonary leaf, they can going on the primary leaves. Then the basal side, that is the hypal side, then the root is elongated. The root is elongated in the side. Then going on different the primary after, then they can produce different secondary type of the leaves also. Then again the root again it is the elongated. Then going completely the root system is elongated as well as the apical region, that is the different type of the leaves also formation. Then that is the kind of the germination type. In this type of the seed germination, we have the different type of the factors, that is the external factors, and internal factors. So external factors as well as internal factors. That is the external factors we can produce physical energy or hormones also. Then the internal factors, that means water. That is the internal factors. Internal factors, water, light, temperature, and oxygen. These are the internal factors. So external factor, extra, we can give to some kind of put the energy, that is the external factor. That is the physical energy as well as we can produce different type of the hormones also. That is the external factors. So then the internal factors, that means the water, light, temperature, oxygen. First of all, these are the natural type of the factors, that is the internal factors. These all are in the activity in the nature. These all are the producing the nature. So that is the internal type of the factors. The water. Water is the more important. At the same time, it is the most important solvent in the plant. Water is the most important solvent in plants. is a good solvent in the plants. So water, then the seed is most utilized in the water. That water, whenever the more of the water they can take into the seeds, that is the different thing. That means they can bulge or they can swell the seeds. And at the same time they have to the different type of the humidity. Then the water, different type of the water vapors or water drops, they get humidity. That is the wet energy. So that is the humidity of the water. Then the water, they have the completely humidity in the water. That is the most often the solvents of the plants. Then humidity of water, it is in the rupture of the seed coat they can produce in the radicle is going on the outside of the seed. Then this type of the water they can most utilize the internal factor of the seed. Then without water the seed is not germinating. They have not sufficient water, but they have some type of the water vapors at least. That is the humidity. So whenever they have the humidity or wetness of the seeds, they can generate easily. That means the seed generate means it is actively. That seed is activity. So that is the important of the water. Then going on the light. That means the light temperature. The most of the seeds we can put on the seeds in the dark side. The half of the seeds is going on the expose of the light, at the same time half of the seeds in the dark side. The complete the seeds is in the dark seeds, they cannot germinate. That is the venalizations. That is the dormancy of the period in venalizations. Then that the seed complete, whenever they going on that light, half of expose of the light, they can germinate aspect also. That is the light. That means light, whenever they have the different type of the humidity, they can take into the different humidity, and at the same time light also some intensity care of the seed germination. So here the seed germination, that is the light is the one of the important factor, that is the exposing sides of the light. Whenever the light rises or whenever the sun rises, they can give, that is the seed coat that rupture, and as well as they going on the easily germination and elongation the seed formation or seed germination. Then again it is also the different type of the temperature. Water, light, temperature. That is the temperature is also different type of the temperature. In this different type of the temperature, some of the plants they can going only below 10 degrees centigrade to almost all 15 degrees centigrade temperature. Some plants is generated only that type of the temperature. The more than that type of the temperature, the plant they are not exposed and they are sometimes stuck of the germination also. Then some of the seeds 15 degrees centigrade to 25 degrees centigrade. Some seeds completely 30 degrees centigrade to 45 degrees centigrade. That are the complete temperature seeds. That is the highly viscous or highly temperature type of the seeds. They can germinate completely 30 to 45 degrees centigrade also they can germinate. So these are the temperature variations of the germinations in the seeds. Then that is the capacity or holding of the seed germination. That is water holding at the same time. That the germinations of the seed temperature. Different type of the seeds. All seeds in the same capacity or same worth than the temperatures. The humidity also, water absorbing also. All seeds are not equal water absorption. All seeds are not exposed the same condition of the temperature and light. So different type of the seeds they can own priority of the and take it to the light, water, temperature. Different type of the seeds, different type of the worth of the capacity, holding capacity of the water or light or temperature. So here complete that the temperature is also different type of the plant species, they can temperate at the different type of temperatures. 10 to 15, 15 to 25 or 30 to 40 degrees centigrade also they can temperate at the seed germinations. That is the different variations of the seed germinations. Then oxygen is also one of the most important type of the factor that affect the different type of factor. That oxygen. Then whenever the seed germination, the start seed germination, when the start of the seed germination, they have the sufficient type of oxygen. The seed is germinated properly, but they don't have oxygen. They cannot utilize the oxygen and they cannot sufficient conditions of the oxygen. That seed germination is also died or stopped the seed germination. The seed is not actively germinated. The type of the seeds is waste seeds. We can call waste seeds. So the seeds is some type of the seeds they can grow or some germination. They have the radicle or cotyledonary leaf. They don't have oxygen level. That seeds is stopped their germination, and at the same time sometimes they expel the seeds. That is the different thing. That means it is not exposing the oxygen. So that is the seeds is wastage of the seeds. So that's why the seeds they have to the different type of oxygens. They can give also different type of the oxygen. So that is the general awareness of the internal type of the factors. They can going on the external factors, that means the physiological type of the factor, that is that we can man-made or man-pressure conditions. That is the external factors, external. Already internal factors, that means they in. That the factors is called internal factors. External factors, we can provide extra energy, extraordinary energy or extra energy. We can give excess of energy. That is the external factors. That external factors means we can provide our manual energy or any kind of the growth hormones also. There are different type of the physiological energies. At the same time, growth hormones, that is the plant growth hormones. P, plant growth regulators or plant growth hormones. That is the different type of the plant growth. That means we can provide the extra energy. That is the thing of the external factors. That is the different type of the external. That external means oxygen, gibberellin, cytokines, this kind of the extra energy. That is the external factors of the plant growth hormones. That is the next. Then the most of the plants is depend only on the internal factors only. But here, then the different type of the expose and seed germination is also different thing. That thing is very exposing of the sessions. That is the complete different. That means the seed is completely germinated. Then it is going on the like a plant. Different type of the seeds. That is the different type of the plants. Then any kind of seed bearing, they have the mention or they can uh, give two different variations or physiological or chemical aspects of the factors. Chemical aspects factors, that nothing but the metabolic activity of the factors. Metabolic factors. They can own then the food storage of the foods, that is the starch type of the food material they can storage. So that is the different type of the metabolic activities. Then the all type of the seeds they can store different type of the food materials. That is the different thing. So then the food factor and storage of the food, that one is the different aspect of the metabolic activity. Then the differentiations of the external factors and the internal factors. That the seed is the complete, then they can production make a plant. Then as well as they have to the different type of the all aspects of the good conditions, that is the good things. Then different type of the good conditions means that the physical conditions as well as chemical conditions. That is the chemical conditions, that is nothing but insides of the seeds, storage of the seeds. Then that is the chemical factors. Then here different type of in these seeds, the hypal or hyper conditions of the seeds, the variation or a hypogeal or hypogeal, that is a different thing. Then opposite manner of the seed germination. Opposite manner of the seed germination. So that is the opposite manner of the seed germination. They can going on the extent of their root system as well as extend their shoot system also. That is the opposite. That is the hypogeal or at the same time and the opposite directions of the apical direction of the plant leaves. They produce different type of the leaves and then the root systems also. Then these all are the generations of the plants. They can exposing light temperature. Then whenever they have taken to the light, sufficient of the light conditions, that is giving to the completely, when the exposing or they can going on outside of the quadrilateral leaf at the same time primary leaf, they can give to the some kind of the exposing of the light. So then due to the expose of the in this type of the leaf, they can going on the photosynthesis. They can put material, their own food material. They can prepare their own food material. That is the whenever they have going to the exposing of the light, because of they have the more of the pigments in the leaves, that is the chlorophyll pigmentation. Then they going to the expose of the light, they can completely food material is also available. So that is the apical type of the reason. That is the apical growth of the seed. Then the complete of the root system, that is the whenever the first radicle is the rupture in the seeds, the radicle is also going on the downward side, that is the hypogeal side. Then the root also going in the soil direction, that is the opposite manner of the direction. Then it is also gives to the soil, they can completely different type of the water mineral sources. At the same time different type of the aspects, that is the salt water or mineral water, any kind of water they can give to the soil and they can formation completely the upper side of the water transporting parts of the all plant part of the plant. So these conditions, that means these are the complete. Then the light, they can good food. At the same time water is it also the important solvent. That is the good solvent water. Then the water is going on the soil to the complete plant body. That is the good solvent. Then again it is the utilize of the water. They can use to the sunlight, that is the exposing the sunlight, they can put material. Then At the same time, they are going to the oxygen level. Then, which have the they can completely oxygen level is more of the oxygen conditions, they can perfectly grow. Then, whenever the oxygen level is down, that is the growth also stuck up.